to this space. We come uncensored, unfiltered and unscripted. You know our thoughts, our struggles, and everything we carry. We ask that you guide our conversation. Let it be beautiful. Let it be truthful. And let it reach these hands on knees. Open our minds, open our hearts. Help us speak with purpose as we move into today's topic. Lord, show us.
Hey, that was a God's Prayer by Dandada. Once again, you can check them out on YouTube. Welcome to Off the Record, where no topic is off limits, giving ourselves as well as, I guess, a space to share honest opinions that's uncensored, unfiltered, and unscripted. Tonight's discussion is going to be called The Playbook, Love, Strategy, and the Targeting of Black Athletes. I am your host, Uno, with my co-host, Tasha B. and Renee. Once again, Farah, Monet, as well as Apex is out for the night. But before we get started into the hot topic, I do have to present a question. And I heard this on the radio. Um, and I just want to know y'all's opinion because y'all are married women. And I haven't dated in 10 years, and we're not even going to touch on that. 10 plus, actually.
I
But
beg your pardon.
yeah, it's been a while. I ain't say I haven't done other stuff. I just say I haven't dated.
Oh.
So, anyways, I want you to think.
Did nobody ask you or
Listen, I know myself so well. Anyways, I want you to think back at a time when you were single. And the question is presented: did you go into a relationship trusting the person, or did the person have to earn your trust, and why?
I'm gonna say I trust, and then you slowly lose it.
Same.
We're in
Why
a grading system over here.
Okay, so I'm opposite. I do not trust anybody. You have to earn my trust. And I've always been like that just because of my upbringing. So I never go into a relationship where I trust that person. I don't even know if I can even say
Hold on.
50%.
Trust as in how? Because you can trust a person to be a. You always trust people to be who they are.
Right. But let's say, for individual, I had a buddy back in the days that I think he trusted fully to going in, and because he could never be by himself. And I think it never worked. And I actually met him through one of my really good friends when she was dating him. And but after him and her broke up, we still remained friends. And yeah, I think he went into a relationship trusting the person, and they always end up screwing him over. And I think that, I think it's only because he always, like, he'll be in one relationship breakup, and then next week he like, oh, I'm talking to somebody. I'm like, damn, that was quick.
He's the type of person that can't be by themselves.
Yeah, so I think,
I don't think it's
he gave them
trusting.
gave them their trust. So yeah, I think most of the time people go into a relationship trusting the person until, like you said, until they break that trust. Me, I'm different.
I trust blindly, I guess, the same way. I meet you, I talk to you, and after some time, guys typically can't keep lies up.
Which we like to call the representative.
I knew I was going to be the only one on this call as a guy. And something like that was going to be said.
So I mean, up until a certain point, then I start saying, oh, you're a liar. Like, you're lying. Like, little stuff will just start sticking out. And then I'll stop trusting you.
I ain't trusting you with my house keys and leaving you home alone in my house and that kind of thing. But I'm the type of person, like, I met you, I don't know you, so I don't know you to be a liar. I don't know you to be manipulative or anything like that. So after a while, you tend to see the person's character. Like I said, give it 6 months, you start to see little things, and people can't hold up their representatives for too long.
Yeah, I feel like I've never trusted anybody fully when I first meet them. It actually takes a long time before I actually can say that person is my friend and I can trust them. Um, or even in a relationship, I never go into a relationship where I say I fully trust a person. I think most people in my life has to earn my trust. Majority of the time, I would actually say 90% of the time you have to earn my trust. So that was
I
just a
know,
question I
because
have.
when I asked to use that pencil, you were looking.
Not
So
the pencil.
yeah, Tasha B and I met with in real estate school, and it was so crazy because I was one of the students. Now this is off topic, damn it, but I was one of the students that literally it was like I think it was like 5 rows of desks on each side, so it was 10, and then there was a lone desk in the back that was one. Every day I went in there and I sat there by myself because I came in there to do just the work, and I was not coming there to meet nobody, make friends or nothing. And one particular day, I showed up in the damn class, and there was some dude or some female sitting in my friggin' seat. I was like, this son of a. And so, of course, closest to the door, there was a seat right in the back by myself. Who comes rushing in? She was disheveled. She like, oh, I'm late. Books thrown out on the table. I was like, who is this chick? Like, this is crazy. But what got me was she was funny as hell. If you can make me laugh, we're definitely gonna be friends for the rest of our lives. And that's what got me. We were friends ever since. And what was so let me move on because her husband, who is her husband now, I had no interest in Tasha as getting to know her as a romantic interest or nothing. But one particular day, she was like, "Oh, you can come to my house and study." I'm like, "Okay, I'll just come to the house." Lo and behold, she took me to her boyfriend's place. Now, I don't even know if she told him that I was coming. I just knew I was going there to study. So now, mind you, I'm very, because of my upbringing, I'm very I went to school for criminal justice at one point, so I'm aware of whatever is around me. So now and I don't like sitting with my back towards the door. So I'm sitting in a chair on one side, and she's sitting across from me, and he's pacing behind of me. I was like, is he all right? She's like, oh, he'll be fine. So it's like, so she really put us in the situation, him and I. But now today I can actually call him my brother because we've known each other over 20 years.
Yes.
So I can call him my brother. This girl set me up. Now that's a good reason not to trust people in the beginning, ain't it? That's a damn good reason not to trust people.
Some random man's house.
I didn't even know.
Come through. I'm like, come through. It's not a big deal. I guess court.
No, when
like,
I
but
say
you see
come
what the
through,
problem is? She say come through is not a big deal. Now imagine if a guy had did that.
see, I don't even.
I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed.
See?
Now, see, in these parts, if you say, "Oh, such and such is coming," but I'm like, "All right, say whatever." I don't care.
Really?
I don't know.
I got a good show for us the next time we come on. I have a really good show.
You want to know what it is? If you can take him, you can.
That's true too, because it's so crazy because I seen an episode where this one girl ended up, her and this one other, I want to say lady, not girl. These two ladies were friends, and it was some reality show. I just happened to be strolling through and people was talking about it, and she ended up. It must have been something like Love Island. And it so happened that one of the girls that was friends with the other lady, let's say Lady A, Lady B. So Lady B ended up taking Lady A's boyfriend or the guy that she was interested in.
Okay.
And she was like, you know what? You didn't take anything. You took my problems. So I understand what you're saying, Renee, because if you want to have somebody that bad and they've already shown, not even if they've shown signs, but if they're showing that they're willing to cheat on you, then yeah, you really took away my problem, not the man. So I get it, but I
had this girl that I used to be friends with. She's like, "Oh, you can't come to my house if I'm not home because I don't let no woman in my house. No woman can't come to my house if I'm not there." Because I'm like, I've seen your man.
Right.
But no, wait.
I don't get that. I don't get that either. Then we're not friends because I don't need to like.
Well, some women will do it. Excuse me. Look at Michael Jackson's two brothers. The end of one took the wife and had children, so it is possible.
It is
Listen,
it is
that
possible,
lady
but
could
my
be.
thing is
Listen,
this:
I feel
if
her.
he's so willing to go and do something like that, and y'all live together, then go ahead, no problem. But for you to say it like it's like he's such a catch and he's such a prize, ma'am, I've seen your man. Have you seen him?
Yeah, but wait. Let's say this. So you're saying
And
that
he was
he's
on
not
coke.
aesthetically pleasing, is what you're
He was
saying?
on coke.
Oh, okay, that's a different story because I don't want a crackhead either. I don't want to crack it
Well,
because
I
you can
don't know.
you can because I feel like this. I might look good on camera, but in person I may not look as pleasing, right? So I'm just saying. So if you're going based off of aesthetics and looks, I'd be like, that's kind of rough because even
I
ugly
had
people deserve somebody.
It was aesthetics as well, but he
But
wasn't
it's
my. He
mostly
was. It was mostly like he's
well, do
not
we
the.
know for a fact he was on coke or he just looked coked up?
No, 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 no. She said it.
Oh, okay. Go
She
ahead,
said
Kyle.
it.
What were you gonna say?
no, I've been in that situation before. A girl from my job, we hit it off really good. We started hanging out outside of work. One day, she invited me to her house, so I went over there, and when I knocked on the door to get into the door, she basically wedged her way outside the door. I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, I thought we were going in to hang out." And she's like, "Oh no, blah blah blah's home." And I'm like, okay, like she's like, "Oh no, I don't bring women around my man," and da 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 da. And then she wanted to sit in the car, and I'm like, "I'm going home." Like, if you're not my friend, like I told her, I was like, "You got it. Like, go enjoy him,
Mm-mm.
because if we can't, like, I don't get it. I would never
Some women is
date.
just as territorial as men are, so I don't know,
I would
but
never date one of
I
my
don't even
friends'
consider that being
guys.
territorial. I consider that like, what did your man do
he
that
does
makes
a
you
That
feel the
part.
way that?
That
that's true
part.
too. I don't know. But look, let's move on to what the main topic is tonight. So I just want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to Off the Record. Just as a reminder, we are going to talk about the playbook, and I say the playbook because that's the title that came up. Love strategy and the targeting of black athletes. So here's the scenario. So apparently, and my friend sent this to me, so which was interesting because we talked about it before, Renee. It probably came out about a year or so ago, but there's a controversy surrounding a leaked message allegedly instructing white women strategic ways to pursue wealthy black athletes by using emotional tactics, image management, etc. And here's the list. The list says recognize his
Mm.
status. He's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. The second rule is dismiss infidelity. And I won't even go into it to that. Then it says the
Oh,
third
don't
one
go looking
is
for stuff.
yeah, it says dealing with cheating, don't look for it. It's just a fling, let it go. And then the other one it says create dependency, where they completely integrate their life into his, be supportive as a public partner, never embarrass him, and then cater to him, go completely wild on him in bed. I don't even never mind. And then it
Take
says
omit
in number
that one.
six, no, or the number six is restrict family communication. Mean do not tell his mother, maybe and or his father any personal information. And then rule number seven is maintain your appearance. Always look good and appealing. So those are what was listed. So the first question I want to present to you is this actually shocking as and I'll say it as black women or as women, is this actually shocking or are people shocked because the conversation got exposed?
It's not
Is
shocking.
is that actually gonna work? I mean, at the end of the day, most of the high profile athletes, they're looking for a certain aesthetic woman. So I mean, is this
But this,
really?
this is before they became athletes. I'm sorry, high profile athletes. Like the girl is in college, so they're targeting young men
Oh,
in while in college before they get to like the NFL. You know, like the what was his name? Travis. What's his name? Travis.
Travis. I know who you're
Scott,
talking about.
not Scott. I know the one that talked that he was with Deion
The weird
Sanders'
one,
son.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Let me
that
say
married
this.
that girl without a prenup.
Let me say this, Renee, because when you talk about college, because recently there was a podcast show that I was watching where they say there's a difference between white women and black women, especially when they're in college, because white women is taught to go after their men for marriage. Black women is taught to do the education, then marriage can wait. So, and I think that's so. Is it shocking that this was? So, is it shocking that it got exposed, or is it shocking that this is something that is how could I put it? Is it shocking to you all as black women that this is now out or this has been happening or whatever?
No.
But
Hey,
this is the thing. It's not nothing new under the sun.
no. I'm telling you. I mean, I always joke with my like the single friends that are left. I'm like, it's all on you now. Like, marry rich. You know, I'm like, my single friends, I mean, people in college, you know, it's on you. Like, you gotta make the most of it. If you can get into those circles and find a guy that you like, and I mean, these rules, I don't think this is really
I
rules,
actually am not
but
shocked, and I'm going to tell people this. I
I'm
don't
not
trust.
shocked.
Okay, so I do not trust no white woman. Period. I don't trust them. There's only one white lady that I trust, and I've known her since we were in high school. She knows who she is. She lives in Tennessee. If she ever watches, but she's actually her husband, her, and myself. You met them, Tasha, when we had the dinner at Kobe's. Them.
Yeah.
She's the only white lady that I trust. Period. And I only say that because when I was in high school, I remember there was that we were in class, and this one white girl started to make fun of another white girl in class, and I ended up saying that even if she was a lesbian, she probably wouldn't even like it because you're nobody's type, right? That's what I ended up saying to her. Right? The two young girls who were ninth graders went to the principal's office, and they told the principal that I tried to sexually harass them. And automatically the principal believed them because I already had a reputation in the school, right? So if it was not for the class saying, well, when would this have happened? Because it was during class when they said it happened, right? They all went up in my defense. Ever since that point, I could not stand white. I do not trust no white people, white women specifically, because I think for the most part, a lot of them is out to ruin black men. That's my opinion. That's my thought. It's
Wow.
harsh, but it's the truth. There might be a few of them that may not be like that, but in my head, I think all white women, it only takes one accusation from a white woman. Whether you're dating them, whether you're married to them, it doesn't matter. It only takes one accusation from a white woman to ruin a black man's life.
Which I tell Corey all the time, don't die on my watch, because I don't want to be under investigation. Up over so
Better die in a hospital.
right.
I tell you that's my favorite line. Don't die in the house.
Yeah.
One, I'm not waiting for the coroner to get here. Two, I don't want anybody to say his name.
Yeah.
Right,
So for me,
right.
I'm doing that one.
it's not shocking
So-
that they. Yeah. For me, it's not shocking that it's something that these white women go after, because if they really want, even with a prenup, you can get around a prenup as well. But I think for
But
the
I
most
don't
part,
even think it's tailored to just white women. I think that is the goal. Like, for certain people is to
Mhm,
get into
mhm.
college and find somebody. And if they can find an athlete that's on the right track, then why not? Like,
I remember.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. When you say it's not the goal, I'm sorry to cut you off, Renee. When you say it's not the goal, the only I unfortunately I do not agree because of what this text has guided these white women to do. Because it's specifically
so it's a
targeted towards.
text message. It's a text message that
Yes.
they're sending out.
No,
It's a text
it was a
message.
conversation
It's a
between two
conversation
sisters.
basically telling white women how to go after black athletes because their life can be changed.
No, it was between two sisters.
Well, either way, they said that if they've actually been using this type of tactics.
Has
So when you
anybody landed anybody?
So
Well, you see a
here's the
lot of
thing.
interracial relationships in the, and they specifically said NFL and NBA.
Right. So
And
here's the
we
thing.
dominate those two sports.
Years ago, and I remember, I think I was like a teenager at that point in time, but I remember this movie where the mother was telling her daughter to go to college to meet a husband, to get a husband, not to get an education, but to get a husband. So
Hmm.
you get a doctor, lawyer, some of that stature. That was back then. That was their goal, was to get themselves a husband. You go to college, you pledge the sorority that I went to, because mind you, these are probably like kids that got in through legacy, and you find yourself a good husband. Now it went from finding a doctor, lawyer, to finding a professional athlete. So the sister sent the text to the other sister telling her how to get how to basically weed out the ones that aren't gonna go anywhere, and how to hitch her
If that's
wagon
the
the one
case, I
that's
find
probably.
she probably spent a lot of time on her back of her knees. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not. I'm gonna keep my
You
mouth
got to
shut
you
on
got to
that
suck
one.
you got to suck the truth out of them now to see.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at any female, regardless of race, trying to be strategic with the mate. At this
But
point,
that now see.
the pool is so small. The pool is so small.
But
And
Like,
Pixie.
oh man, I wish I was not the only man on here tonight.
I'm
But
saying the pool is
I
only
get
so
what you're
small. What
saying,
do you
right?
want us to do?
But see, I get what you're saying. But now when you say
We
that, it seems like
trapping blinks for less. Okay, we trapping them for less. I mean, let's be real. We being real.
But see,
Like,
now it turns in more. See, now my question in the beginning make more sense. Do you go into it trusting somebody? Do they have to earn your trust? Now, I wasn't even
My
thinking like
thing
that before,
is,
but I
what
think
I
it's
don't
more.
like is
Mhm.
where you're just targeting a demographic. You're not targeting all the you're specific. It sounds like they're specifically targeting
They are.
black men.
They are. Yep.
That's what I don't like. If you're gonna find a man that's gone into the NFL, whatever sport they're going into, why are you not looking for your own? Why are you just specifically targeting black men?
I think okay, so this is just my opinion. I think they're targeting black men because a lot of times when these black men start to get money, it's a status thing. Like having like a white woman to me is not a status thing at all. So, and
well,
I
I don't
think that's
even
what
think the white women are in it anymore. I think they're going with more uh, 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 other races. I mean, I haven't seen a lot. Have y'all? I think it's like
yeah.
Spanish and different races.
A lot of these guys, once they get to the NFL, NBA,
I think
whatever, I more often than not, it's not. You might get a sprinkle dinkle of
how many Hispanic
Latino.
women do we know? I'm sorry, how many Hispanic women do we know that have went after white men or married to white men in the NFL or the NBA? Because most of the time you either see black women or you see white women. For me, for me, I feel like hold on, my mother's calling me. So for me, I feel like Renee said, they are to me they're white women are because I don't even see a lot of Hispanic women dating black NBA or NFL players either. It's possible, but I haven't seen it because most of the time when they show them on TV, it's always an interracial couple with a white woman and a black man. So yeah, they are targeting our
I
people.
have to go look at the pics, the
or
drafts.
or
But
Asian,
even for
a
it to
little bit
come
of
out, even
Asian.
for it to have a conversation between the two sisters of how to get a black athlete, is like that in itself is bad. And I think a lot of time it goes back to quote unquote having a status to these black men. So and
Look at who they picked. Like the guy Travis that she was talking about. Look at his
she just a plain ordinary
person. I mean, they hit it
yeah.
off. They hit it off. I mean, I
Well, technically they may have hit it off because
what's
his,
wrong with going after what you want?
You can
Because
go
that's
after
gonna be
what you
the
want.
conversation. That's the conversation.
No.
My
See, you can go after what you want, but when it becomes a targeted thing, I think that's where the problem lies with a lot of people.
But why is that? Why is that an issue? Like, there's people that go after, like she said, lawyers, doctors, they're engineers, they're in college specifically
No, no,
seeking
no.
out these careers.
I said when I was a teenager, so we talking a good 20, 30 something years ago.
They used to teach you
That
go
what
after doctors
they
and lawyers.
right. They used to want you to go after the doctor lawyer, and that's where their mothers is like, oh, if you go to this school, I met your
Right.
father there, and
Right.
right now it's get you an NFL player, get you an NBA player, get you somebody that's going into the league, first round draft pick. Like they're literally got a list of
Especially
Negroes
now, because especially now, they give you that what is it, the NIL money up front now
and
in college.
NFL.
Yeah, so they give you that money in college. So now these women now, well, before they never used to give you money in college, right? So now when you go to the NFL, now you have all that extra money. So a lot of these young children, a lot of these college,
And me scratching my head for a second. I'm like, what the heck?
yeah, they give you that money up front now to use your likeness and stuff like that up front, right? So now they know who has the money based off of this. So yeah, now you're going to be even more of a target. So I don't know. But so one of the things that I was reading, it says many of the black athletes are raised from modest backgrounds um extreme visibility, where now they have access to financial security, luxury lifestyle, and many of it is managed. Many of them cannot manage their money right. So one of the questions, because one person did state that these are guys whose whole career is based on validation, for one, and then another person said if he's dumb enough to fall for it, then he deserves the woman that uses him.
Hey,
So my question is, do you think people were more upset about the alleged behavior or the fact that got exposed publicly? Or even how do you feel about what they're saying that if he falls for it, then it's on him?
I can't. You know what it is? And unfortunately, you could sit there and give them all the game in the world. They don't listen. They only listen when they lose their money. Oh, if I'd have just did this, and this. Like when they were criticizing Deion Sanders when he had that girl, what was her name? Rennie Rucci or whatever the heck her name.
Carucci.
He said
Not
Rennie
Carucci.
Rucci,
Um
one of his children's mother,
no, she's
because all of them look the
notorious.
same.
No, she's notorious for dating NBA, NFL like guys. And she literally said they target them. They basically saying everything what that text message said about um becoming their world and that, and
Hmm.
hyping them up, and you know always looking like they're you know to the nines or whatever while they're out with them. And this is they basically, it's like mental manipulation. They're going to try to make you fall for them and think that you really care for them when they really don't, when they really only interested is your money.
So that's what when Tasha B, when you were saying earlier today that that little comedy sketch that you just had, I feel like I feel like that made it seem like it's more of a financial transaction versus love and care. Like in a sense,
Yeah.
like you can do the financial, then you're going to eventually love them versus coming in loving them or caring about them.
I don't even think they end up loving them. I think they're just there for the security and for the money. And what you said, the more children you have, the better, even if you don't get married, because the kids secure the bag.
I'm at a loss
Brittany
for words
Renner,
because
God, that's what I mean.
oh yeah,
Jesus
she isn't she the
Christ.
one that
Oh,
dated
is she crazy?
let's not get on the topic about something crazy, but I think she's the one that dated the one rapper, what's his name, who became a vegan
Gucci?
recently.
No, not
Oh,
Gucci.
Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates. and she
Yeah,
has a
Gates.
kid
That's I
with
remember.
a guy from the NFL,
Oh, okay. And she became
not
Muslim.
NFL and NBA.
Yes,
Well,
she
I'm glad she
became
became a
Muslim.
Muslim. Well, I don't
She's
know if
no
the
longer
Muslim community.
Muslim.
It was not real. It was
She
exactly
only
what you're
did it
Let's
for
saying.
let's
Kevin
let, let
Gates.
let's stay. So do you feel bad for the guys? So I guess you don't feel bad for the guys if they put themselves in a predicament where the ladies using them for money. This is why a prenup is important. This is why a prenup is important
How about
because
a condom is very important? How
well,
about that?
condom is important. Condom is important, but
Wrap
it's
it up,
only going to
kids.
protect you for so much, right?
No,
So
what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying is this: even if they don't marry the person and they end up having kids with that person, they're using the kids as like a cash cow.
Right.
So it's it's like you're literally putting your future in jeopardy for a person that only sees you as a bank, an ATM card.
But once again, who does that fall on? Does it fall on the athlete to know when they're getting played? Because even somebody says that there's not enough mentorship for these young athletes as well.
Yeah, but see,
So
like I
who should
said,
prepare them? Who do you think is responsible for preparing them for whenever they get I guess come into money like this? Do you think the NFL should prepare them, or do you think
I
I
think
know?
that should have happened in college and when they get to the NFL because financial literacy is something that they should be taught
Right.
because they're only taught the sport.
So did question? I'm sorry about that. So
I was like,
I
no,
was
Wifey.
like,
I was
what?
no. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry. I hit
answer
that
what
by
you're
mistake.
saying.
No. I hit that by mistake because I was gonna present a question to y'all in reference to because both of y'all are married. I'm the only unmarried one here, right tonight at least, and I already know. I already listen. I know Tasha for a long time, so I know what her and her husband went through before marriage. Okay. Would y'all have y'all husbands on the show for him to be interviewed if they wanted to be?
Absolutely not.
Because I would like to get their perspective on something like this.
No, the reason why I'm gonna say that you're only gonna get a 6 year perspective.
That's okay.
No. When I say that is because he had a motorcycle accident, so TBI injury. So it's not gonna
Oh,
give you a full spectrum. And he's gonna take it off topic. He's never gonna stay on topic.
okay. So now, so one of the, I guess, I don't know who, I don't even know where to go from here really when it comes to these athletes. I just know that me myself, it probably I had had a different train of thought if I had a better experience with white women. But I actually think that
Mm-mm, that's dangerous. I'm sorry. I'm of the perspective of, and I'll say this: I don't give a damn who gets mad, but white women tears will get you killed every time.
hello. See, a white man tears for Tasha, he won't get you killed. Well, I don't think so. But a white woman,
Never
they
know.
will get you killed.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, they have weaponized that so much that it's like once they start, it's like here we go.
Yeah, it there's a lot of racial stuff, especially in relationships, especially if you're a male, a black male that you come into and stuff like that.
Do you
I
think
don't
in a
know.
sense, well, do you think in a sense now that they're making money that a lot of these athletes might be feel like because they have the money, because they have the white woman on their arm that they're opposed to certain stereotypes? Like they're not affected by it or they're far removed from it?
But I think it's across the industry. I don't even think it's just in football or basketball or whatever,
How
tennis.
many how when you say across the industry, explain that. Like
Just entertainment. It's just entertainment. A lot of
that's
the
true, but
entertainers will start off maybe with a black or African American wife.
Kevin
And we
Hart.
want to,
I knew you was gonna say that.
yes.
I just had
And-
that's the first thing that came to mind. I knew you was gonna say that. I just knew.
You
For some
know,
reason I just
so-
knew she was gonna
What
say
Cat
that.
Williams say? What did Cat Williams say?
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not just so like tunnel vision on them. I think it's an entertainment thing.
Kanye West.
But who was he dating? Who was he dating that was black before?
His girlfriend before he got with Amber Rose. He had a longtime girlfriend that got him into the fashion and all this other stuff. And she was black. She was it I think she still is in the fashion industry. And was putting him on, and when he started making some real money and all this other stuff, he left her for a white girl.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that in one of his songs?
But so do you
So
not
it's not
Hmm.
entertainment. That's their world. That's the Hollywood world.
Hollyweird?
Yep. I don't feel sorry for them. So
I don't.
If
I really don't.
if they get got, that's on them. If the person has ill intentions and they fall for it just because they want a status symbol, that's on them. If it's true love and they fall in love and it just so happens to be a white person, then that's one thing. If you're going specifically, I want to date a white person because I want to have status or I want a certain look or whatever, I don't agree with that. But if it's someone that you meet,
So if it comes from that angle, then you're okay with them getting got. When it comes to a status and I want to look a certain way, present myself a certain
well, if you
way.
get got, that's on you. There's plenty of cases.
And if you ignore the warnings that are given to you and you still went on ahead, by all means, whatever happens, happens.
Well,
You roll the dice on that one.
I'm glad I don't like white women. I'm very glad I don't like
I
them.
mean, because a lot of them, when you start talking to their family and stuff like that, like if you're smart and you start talking to their family and extended family and asking more questions about how they're raised, it will come up.
Let me correct myself. The only white women that I would date is Caribbean white women. Let me put it that way, because we have a lot of cultural similarities. But as far as white women from Germany, white women from Europe, or American white women, scratch that.
I think we need to have a dating show and bring some candidates on here.
For you and Renee and everybody else?
No, for
Not
you.
me. I like
listen.
We
gonna have to go. We gonna have to go to USBI for that one.
Now, see, I was gonna try and stay on topic, right? I was gonna try and stay on topic. Here is the thing about me. I like being single because I get to do what I want and who I want. That's why I like being single. Because
but
I don't believe
there's a new realm now. Some girls are okay with that.
That's okay, and they can be okay with it with somebody else, not me. Because I like my alone time. I don't like people talking to me when I don't want to talk. And if I don't feel like talking to you, I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to FaceTime you. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm just that type of person. I'm okay with being single because I know how I am.
You do realize that if you find a like-minded person,
I don't get along with people that way because I don't like.
No.
I don't even like walking in my
saying?
house. I don't even like walking in my house with one extra person in it. I'm telling you. So if I know somebody's gonna be at my house, I'm staying gone for a long time until you fall asleep or something.
No, because why is that so? I'm not even gonna hold you.
One thing. That's it.
I'm not even gonna hold you because I feel like I've turned into my father, and my father was a complete hermit. He was like a complete hermit, and I feel like that sometimes. I'm like, why are you breathing?
You see, I still go out and enjoy myself and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons I don't have children. I have a lot.
They have people that live at two separate places.
I don't want nobody. If you want to hook up one of your friends, we can have a dating show for one of your friends. But for me, you can scratch that.
I have the perfect people.
For somebody else, there's nobody perfect for me.
You don't know.
I I know
Really?
that because I know the type of person I am. You can ask my family. My dad and I talk about it all the time. See, now we done got off topic, and that wasn't even supposed to happen. But no, scratch that. I don't want to date nobody. Like I said, I like doing what I want, who I want, when I want.
It's on topic. It's about love and connection and trust.
Yeah, let that be love and connection with somebody else, not me. I don't want it.
So what if she just wants to drop food off
I
to you?
don't want it. We're gonna leave it right there. We not see.
Okay.
No.
Mm-mm-mm.
So now, see, dude, we done got off topic, and I had a question for you before you came with that ridiculous dating show crap. Oh my gosh. Let me see where I was going with this damn topic now. See, this is what happens when you have somebody like this in your life. They always, because she's been doing this for years. I would never forget the last time I went on a blind date.
You do that?
Listen, this was years ago. I was younger and dumber. This was actually before I decided to be by myself. That's why I haven't dated in 10 years, because I was like, the last relationship I was in, it wasn't worth it. And from that point on, I was like, it's just not something at the top of my list. Like having children is not at the top of my list. So and then plus I have a lot of nephews and nieces. Tasha's 2 children is like my nephews and nieces, so that adds to the bunch. And my brother in Jacksonville, his 3 children are like my nephew and nieces. So I have enough nephews and nieces that I'm around that consider me like a person to look up to. So wanting children and wanting relationship, I've seen people's relationship.
No, I've been an aunt since I was
So
3.
no.
I'm good.
I've been an uncle since I was 11. I had just turned
I got 2 beats.
11. So no, and listen, my siblings were breeding grounds, okay? So no, I don't want none. But anyways, see, I then lost my train of thought now that but she's been doing this. So anyways, I got hooked up. Thank God I'm not an athlete. But one of my friends one time was like, "Oh, there's a lady in my church I want to hook you up with."
Nope.
Listen.
No, shouldn't have said no.
She just might be your type. And the lady turned and said, "Hey," now I was much heavier than this, right? And the lady like, "Oh, well, she wants a photo of you." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll give a photo. Not a big deal." And I'm like, hopefully I get to see a photo of her. Well, guess what? In the photo, she looks good. Okay? Let's start with that premise. She looked good in the photo. She had her hair done, everything. I met her in person. We end up, thank God. Let me just explain it. We met in person. This chick turned out to be, she had to be about 6'1", and I'm only 5'11". She had to be about 6'1", and mind you, at this point, I was probably like 330 in my days. She had to be close to 400 pounds. 6'1" at 400 pounds. Then she had a big afro. So with that afro alone, she had to stand about 6'5" with that afro alone, because she had.
Cue the ending music, because I'm not doing this with you.
That's the thing. That's a big girl.
Really, she was very big. And then we end up going to Subway as if she needed a sub, right? Doctor recommended sub, but we went to Subway, right? But here's the thing. Then she ended up having a child on top of that. And I'm not opposed to dating women with children, but she had a child, and we got in a discussion with leaving her child at home, and she was telling me about the laws in Florida and da-da-da, but her child wasn't responsible enough to live at stay at home by himself. But anyways, we had good conversation, but she was far from my type of lady that I like. So I ended up calling my friend, and I'm not even going to say my friend's name because I'm not going to put her on blast. But I'm like, why would you do this to me?
Because you know what it is? People attribute one thing.
Huh?
People attribute one thing of yours, an attribute of yours. It could be a personality type, or what they think is your personality type, or a physical type, and say, "Oh yeah, I have a great person for you." No, you can't never pick nobody for me.
I told her never again in her life. I said, I don't care if they come from, I don't care if they're in your church or not. Do not ever do that again. Don't. And we had good conversation. I just wasn't attracted to her as far as anything else.
Did
I would
she
have still
order
been
a
friends.
cookie?
I think we both ordered cookies because we did like them cookies.
Did she
When they
bring
were
her
$3
child
for
on the
$1,
date?
yes. You know, I don't miss out on those. At the time, I did not miss out on cookies from damn Subway.
But did she bring her child on the date?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
But the thing is, I was like, the picture was one thing, and this was before the TV show Catfish, but I literally got catfish. And they always said
Really?
anytime, listen, I got catfish. They did say one time, if a lady takes a picture of her shoulders and up, that means that she's a big girl. And she had a full body picture. She had looked good in the picture. But unfortunately, she just was not my type when I seen her in person. I didn't mind the afro. I didn't even mind. The only thing I really mind was her weight too. Because I like curvy women, but your weight has to be nice. You just can't be what we call in the island. You can't be Slavenos. You can't be like that. You can't be that. And that's how she was. So I told my friend after that, I called her up, I was like, what the hell did you hook me up with? Don't ever hook me up again in your life, So yeah, I've never been on a blind date. And yeah, no. It is what it is. But yes, Tasha, I like to be single because I get to do whatever I want when I want without being questioned. That's really it. And I'm comfortable with myself knowing that, because I hate to invite people into my life knowing that the chaos that comes with me, because not everybody's going to agree with it. And even if you say that you do agree with it, at some point in your life or at some point in the relationship, you might be like, I don't like that you go out. I don't like that you have these women as friends. And I've been through that. I don't want that again. I don't want it. Just stay single. But if you like to have a dating show, we can do that. You just have to find the guys. She's been trying to hook me up with friends for a long time, Renee. For years.
I don't do hookups. I don't even like passing the telephone
Because
numbers.
sometimes it can ruin a friendship.
Not even that. I don't want to hear if it goes wrong.
True.
You're not blaming me for that.
Right. Look, let me play this outro music and you can say. Listen, this is crazy. See, we talk supposed to be about these athletes. But anyways, once again, I'm just gonna present it. If you would like to wraps up our conversation, even though we got off topic. But we do not aim to tell you what to think. We just challenge you to think. Your perspective matters, so you can share your thoughts candidly and respectfully as we explore issues together. Join us on Facebook at OTR Podcast Show USA, TikTok at Off the Record _USA, and then YouTube at Off the Record USA. Thank you for joining.